Hello everybody, this is Burgback coming to you with another Starcraft 2 commentary. Now we go to game number 2 between IdrA spawning as the blue Zerg on the right hand corner of the map, and his opponent will be WhiteRa spawning as the red Protoss at the bottom of the map. This is GSL version of Terminus Re, and we will see how they go here. As we saw in game number 1, WhiteRa being able to take IdrA out on Antigua Shipyard, able to get that expand out a little bit faster than him, able to get a little bit of money in before IdrA was able to expand, which gave him a little bit of the edge there. Of course, IdrA going for his fast second expand rather, third base, as I was going to say. And we'll see how IdrA is going to be able to do with this, see if he can come back, make it a best of 3 for real here, or if WhiteRa is able to take it out of him and be able to just do it in 2 games. I think WhiteRa is really looking forward to try and do that. IdrA, of course, really wanting to make sure WhiteRa does not advance or anything like that as well. So, of course, WhiteRa doing his little bit here, going around, making sure things are going all right, you know, just scouting out as much as he can. And IdrA, of course, doing the same thing with his overlords as he starts going forward. And, you know, IdrA, that's pretty normal for him. His next one will probably going right down here to WhiteRa's base, so he's going to try and do what he can. And WhiteRa just putting the pylon right here and putting the forge right there as well. Of course, that's just to defend this expand. You know, WhiteRa can do that and make sure he, you know, can fortify that pretty well. Of course, we do have these destructible rocks here, and we do see that WhiteRa is getting that expand down first. So we are going to see a little bit, probably of an advance, you know, from IdrA. Just because he's able to get that down a little bit faster than WhiteRa, of course. And it looks like WhiteRa going for his expand, getting ready as soon as he's got that 400 minerals, and he's going to be going to put that down as well. So we're not, I should put that development tab up too, not a production tab. You know, WhiteRa, of course, a little bit ahead there. And that spawning pool coming down as well. WhiteRa just kind of getting up here, seeing what's going on, sees that hatchery, and that drone coming up here, trying not to get the harassment that he had before from WhiteRa. You know, going around, fighting some drones, doing a little bit of harassment on that spawning pool. That spawning pool, of course, almost done. And we'll see if WhiteRa can defend a Zergling attack on his drone. Of course, that is if IdrA goes for anything like that. He has the resources. We're probably going to see, yeah, there's that queen coming down first, just to make sure that he can spit that larvae out, expand that creep, anything you want. And 2 Zerglings are coming out, so we're going to see that defend. You know, as WhiteRa, the poor probe, he does see these 2 eggs, cocoons rather, being made as WhiteRa does start running away. And then here in WhiteRa's base, we have a gateway coming down with a photon cannon, just using that to defend, make that choke as small as possible. And not a whole lot being done in the main. WhiteRa going for a fast 3rd base as well, so we'll see how that will go against IdrA. Of course, that means a little bit extra money coming in here, and IdrA is going to see that. He's going to see that expand. You saw him click right there, and he backed off. He didn't want to be seen. He didn't want WhiteRa to know that. He did see that as WhiteRa now starting to go for that gas. We'll see if WhiteRa goes with the same kind of build that he had in game number 1, going with, you know, like Stalker, Immortal. See, because, you know, that did work the first time, but of course, WhiteRa is known for his special tactics. That's that Cybernetics core now coming down as well, and a 4th hatch. Wow, we are on a 2nd expand with a 4th hatch coming in. So IdrA is now meaning business with this. He really wants to produce units as fast as possible. You see down here that he is rallied onto this mineral line for his drones. Now going for gas as well. Seeing, you know, extractors, he's going to start start teching up a little bit, of course, and that's what stopped this metabolic boost going as well. We saw that delayed in the game number 1 as well, and we'll see. Ooh, we have a probe getting out with the skin of its teeth. Oh my gosh, as 2 Zerglings now starting attacking. Down goes that probe. Looks like, ooh, a Stargate coming out from WhiteRa, so we're going to see probably some Void Ray play coming out from WhiteRa. Maybe even some Phoenix to help you know, we're probably going to see him attack this main base. And a Phoenix, of course, would help with lifting up something like the Queen. And I'm not sure. IdrA does see it. He does see the Stargate, so we're probably going to see, if he doesn't have it now, we'll probably see an Evo chamber coming down very soon. And being able to bring out those spore crawlers just to defend. But I don't know if IdrA is really onto it yet. Let's see here. He does see it. He can click on it. So I don't know if IdrA's just not paying attention. But we do have a rally point set up in the main base. Yeah, right here of WhiteRa or of IdrA. And WhiteRa is going to be able to just come in, attack, and do whatever he wants. So we'll see how that progresses there as well. And of course, IdrA just starting to farm out and go mine in here. There's the Evo chamber. Evo chamber coming down. He's going to be getting ready to probably put some spore crawlers up here. Of course, this Void Ray coming up, and IdrA's like, oh crap, it's going to take away his max supply. And yeah, supply block now. As IdrA's probably going to be forced to, make an overboard. As IdrA now forcing a spore crawler up, and it looks like we do have, yeah, there's the Phoenix bringing up that Queen. Another Queen coming for support here. And this could be very dangerous as both these units now racing out, as this Void Ray, half-life on there, taking out all of that that shielding, and that Queen able to live with 47 HP. So Phoenix just coming around, just going to be scouting out what he can, and he will see this expand up here. WhiteRa not going to be happy about that probably, as ooh, matches the color of that sweet machinery. Second Phoenix coming up, and of course it was rallied up here. Did take a little bit of damage. Going to try and get those shields back as fast as possible. Of course, shields regen really fast here. Stopping with the air though, it looks like, as we do have some Zerglings coming into WhiteRa's area. Probably going to try and catch him off guard. These two Phoenix just coming up and going to be doing some damage to an Overlord. And not too much. He's not going to take it out though. Going to try and do what he can, and it looks like, yeah, taking out one worker, but that's really not cost effective, losing that one Phoenix. And this Void Ray just kind of sitting out here, probably going to be, yeah, ooh, look at this, IdrA coming up here with this, going to be trying to make another hatchery, and WhiteRa positioned that perfectly as this little drone. If only he knew what was coming on here as these sentries and zealots start to attack those Zerglings and this hatchery. IdrA should be canceling this very soon, seeing that being attacked. We do have Hydras. Yeah, Hydra's coming around here right now. I did see that Hydra's den up there. Spire halfway done as well for IdrA, as IdrA pushing back the Void Ray and looking to re-expand to this expansion, even though he hasn't expanded there yet. And yeah, Hydra's den there, having the range and going for a Roach Horn as well. Spire almost done as well. So it looks like IdrA is starting to really mass up a variety of units here as he starts to get ready. And it looks like we got speed on the Overlords. And we also have the Carapace. And oh my goodness, look at this. We got Overlords galore with Hydras all in there going after this expand as WhiteRa slowly getting over here to help defend this. And these Hydras are doing a great job. Everything's now out as we see 2 pages worth of one page of units taking out that next two. That goes one expansion as WhiteRa expanding there to that expansion there and deciding to get out of there. He knows if IdrA goes too far in, he will get attacked here by these guys and probably get taken out, because we do have Colossi now on the field. And while that was happening, WhiteRa coming in here and doing some attacking in IdrA's main. IdrA forced to come back out from WhiteRa's main, from his expand, had to come back and defend as just being forced back here. And, you know, WhiteRa now in a great position. He did stop IdrA from being able to build any units, just for the smallest bit. He is building 3 more Overlords there, and it looks like IdrA is starting to bring up his units, and definitely wants to defend this expand, make sure that it does get built. You know, and again, spreading the creep, doing a really good job. We do have these Corruptors up here, great counter to the Colossi that are out of the field. Blink now starting to get researched by WhiteRa as well, so we're going to see a nice combination here of units as long as WhiteRa can keep his money incoming. And, you know, spots like this, you know, on both these sides here, as WhiteRa trying to do a little bit of harassment here. Zealot's running away, not going to be able to do much. And it looks like a battle starting to come up here as we have Zerglings inside that Overlord, these 2 Overlords, and it looks like WhiteRa really wants to get in there and stop that from going on. Where is that rallied? It is rallied up here and down into WhiteRa's base, right where a Nexus is being built right now. And again, while that's happening up in the front, we do have a big group of units coming in. Of course, this is to get WhiteRa's attention and to be able to make sure that he can do this drop and do a lot of damage while WhiteRa is not on his attention here. As looks like these Colossi are doing a great job of cleaning up the units that are out there and cleaning up a lot of these Hydras. But while that's happening, the Corruptor's doing a great job of killing the Colossi, and it looks like the Stalkers are also coming in to help him up. But he did take care of that Nexus. I'm not sure if WhiteRa was able to cancel that or not, but again, Corruptor's getting taken out. And it looks like WhiteRa slowly coming back into play here, bringing up 2 more Colossi. Blink almost done, going for the level 3 ground, and it looks like just going for the attack, not going for any kind of defense, as WhiteRa now coming, or IdrA starting to bring up his Hydras yet again, and having that 1 defense and the 2 attack on the range. As looks like the Observer just kind of getting in there, you know, seeing what's going on, seeing everything he needs to see. WhiteRa getting a great job on vision, of course, while IdrA is sending out creep, and more roaches just coming down. Of course, these Stalkers look like they're going to have an easy enough time defending that, and you know, IdrA is now in WhiteRa's domain. You know, Hydra's going to be doing a great job of being able to take out these pylons and lowering the supply cap for WhiteRa. But again, these Hydra's going to be able to do a little bit of damage. But of course, these Colossi now up, and no more Corruptors on the field. So we aren't going to be seeing these Colossi getting taken too much damage as long as there's Stalkers on the field to defend. Again, look at that charred remains of the Zergling, as WhiteRa just getting up here onto the Zonlog Tower to get some vision of what's going on. Zerglings, of course, coming up into the fray, and it looks like IdrA just sending these Overlords here to kind of just sit there and wait. And while all that was happening, those Zerglings were also down here trying to attack, and he did have some Colossi that did defend that and make sure that they wouldn't be able to get in any more on WhiteRa's base. So he was able to defend that really well. So we do have a couple more Corruptors now out on the field, getting ready to help defend against those Colossi. Sentries in there as well, doing a great job as long as the Guardian Shield comes up, able to you know, defend those range attacks on his units. And Corruptors just kind of flying around. Of course, they can do that. They can just kind of get a little bit of vision and see what's going on. But we do have a Warp Prism coming in here, trying to run out, trying to get those units out while he can. And looks like he does do a little bit of damage, but these Roaches able to come back into his base and help defend and take out those Zealots with minimum damage on his units. But again, now it looks like WhiteRa is starting to get ready to push out just a little bit, taking out some, again, Hydras with his Colossi and his Stalker mix. And it looks like WhiteRa now, for the first time, I think, in this matchup, ahead of IdrA, just by the littlest of bits. Isn't able to get a max army right now, but he is a little bit ahead on the count. And we'll see if WhiteRa is going to be able to do anything here. It looks like WhiteRa ready to push. IdrA, will IdrA be ready? Not sure. Of course, he is going to be taking out these Creep Tumors. And we're going to see him start going up again on the Spine Crawler defense. The Spine Crawlers are not ready at all. IdrA trying to cancel them as he can. And able to go right through that again, just like in game number 1, able to slice right through that, but this time with Colossi instead of Immortals. And WhiteRa now going for another base over here as IdrA's starting to expand twice, trying to really get his money in there. And IdrA just coming in with a bunch of Corruptors and some Hydras, but it looks like WhiteRa now supply capped and just being taken out here as, yeah, it looks like we had a drop come down here with some roaches. But it looks like he was able to defend that as we start going up here in the midfield, as you know, pushing IdrA back again and again. These roaches going to be coming in for another drop, it looks like. But again, WhiteRa looks like he's going to be able to defend this just with that one Colossi as they drop off ever so slowly. I'm going to keep an eye on the mini-map here because I'm sorry I missed that drop initially, but I did see it after they started losing some supply here. And WhiteRa, just look at these Colossi, 6 of them, able just to reap right through. +3 attack, just doing a great job of damage here. And look at that little dancing drone Zealot in there, as it looks like Hydra's coming in here with some Corruptors. Corruptor's going to try and do some damage on these Colossi, and it looks like they're going to be able to do a little bit of damage on a couple of them. And Sentry's starting to do a little bit of defense here. Guardian Shield up, and more Stalkers now coming into the field as we see IdrA just down 20 supply right now. And looks like trying to defend here, and I think this might be WhiteRa's game, as he is going to be starting to push up again into IdrA's area and start to take out what is left of his army. IdrA, of course, down on... Oh, there we go, the GG. So a good job to WhiteRa for winning this best of 3 between him and IdrA. Able to really counter, even with, you know, the drops that IdrA did. You know, he was able to stay on task, able to multitask. You know, the drops down here and here, he was able to counter them with ease, able to block them, and you know, able to defend this mid as well, while IdrA was trying to take his mind off of that. So really well played by WhiteRa, able to do that. And WhiteRa's drops were able to do a little bit of damage. Not the damage that he was hoping to, I don't think, but it did keep IdrA on his toes as well. And it looked like WhiteRa was able to do it a little bit better. So congrats again to WhiteRa. If you like this video, this series, please make sure to subscribe. Please make sure to hit that like button down below. And we'll see you guys next time. Take care.